Hello, everybody. Welcome to another awesome episode of Youth Connect. I'm Aiden.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kevin.
Hi, I'm Joshua.
Hi, I'm Jeffrey.
And welcome to our Youth Connect. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another awesome episode of Youth Connect. I hope you guys are excited and looking forward to a bunch of awesome news. As you know, you got myself. We got some gaming news. We got some entertainment news. We got a little bit of good story news and even a whole bunch of weather, some live music. It has everything and anything that you guys love. But obviously, I always say that Youth Connect is a news entertainment show. And why is that? Well, it was created during the pandemic for the community, by the community. And everyone here is really big advocates for change and are really good at broadcasting their voice. But to start us off, we always have to go first to some gaming news. Oh, holy moly. Anyways, guys, the first news that we always have to do is that we always have to do our Spotlight Game of the Week. Now, what in the world is Spotlight Game of the Week? Well, it's basically a game that is either coming out soon, a game that has released, or a game that is going to, or an old classic. Also, I apologize, guys. I have a little bit of a, anyways, what are we doing? What is the Spotlight Game of the Week? Is it come out recently? It has come out recently. And if you are a big fan of the first-person classic 90s shooters, you're going to love Warhammer 40,000 Bolt Gun. Now, what is this? Get ready to load up your bolt gun and plunge into the battle head first. Experience a perfect blend of Warhammer 40,000 classic frantic FPS gameplay and the stylish visuals of your favorite 90s retro shooter. So what are you? You're going to be playing as a battle-hardened space marine on a perilous mission across the galaxy as they battle against the Chaos Space Marines and Daemons of Chaos. In glorious boomer shooter style, unleash your devastating space marine arsenal as you blast through an explosion of sprite, pixel, and blood. Run, jump, and charge across huge levels to shoot, shred, and slice the worst and evil monsters across the galaxy. This game is absolutely amazing, guys. You know why? It's a great game and kind of is a predecessor of its original classic probably game, which is Doom, which released a long time ago, guys. So I love having a brand new take on the Doom style genre and bringing in Warhammer as a more classical kind of style. Warhammer already was a really classic game, but now they're going with a bit more of a retro design, and they're doing this bolt gun kind of style of game. I'm going to be checking it out, and I hope that you guys check it out too. Anyways, though, this has been my first gaming news, and next up is Kevin for some all-important news.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Youth Connect with me, Kevin Aruja. For now, let's hear our headlines. Sorry about that. The Canada Day festivities will be held at Nathan Phillips Square. Ontario handing out prepaid credit cards for people with smart thermostats. Toronto to consider limiting number of signs on the private property. And Blue Jays on 813% hike amidst communications. Fan season's tickets will cost 140% more. The Canada Day celebration will be held at Nathan Phillips Square, after all, a day after saying that there would be no July 1st festivities in the downtown square. The city confirms on Wednesday that it's reversing the decisions after a meeting Deputy Mayor Jennifer McKelvey and the city staff. while Toronto has not marked Canada Day at Nathan Phillips Square since 2017. The city had begin preparations for a possible event this year, recruiting volunteers and holding information sessions. However, due to insufficient resources, the city said on Thursday it decided not to move forward with its plan. After July 1st festivities taking place across the city, including the fireworks display at Ashbridge Bay and lead up activities in the week preceding Canada Day. The Ontario government is offering prepaid credit cards to residents with smart thermostats who are willing to reduce their air conditioning and energy using during peak hours. The program is called Peak Perks and offers financial incentive to customers willing to conserve energy. These customers must have eligible Wi-Fi enabled smart thermostats connected to an central air conditioning systems or heat pumps unit to participate. Individuals who enroll would be giving their thermostats manufacturers secure access to the technology and will see the temperature adjusted by 2 to 4 degrees up to 10 times between June and September. The changes will occur only on weekdays for up to 3 hours during peak periods for electricity. Officials said that residents will be notified whenever a change is made and will retain control to manually readjust the temperatures in their home if desired. This will not change the financial incentive the customer receives, officials noted. Toronto residents with more than one sign on their lawn, like those reminding drivers to slow down or protesting budget cuts, may soon have to choose between the causes they advocate for. The city staff have proposed a new limit on what are described as advocacy signs in bylaw review. The amendments would extend to home builder identification and contracted service signs as well, both of which will also be limited and only permitted during constructions or 30 days after it has been completed. It's unclear that there is a limit on how long an advocacy sign can be displayed on private property. My apologies. Election signs, third party signs, posters, and several other types of signage were not considered under in the review. And in sports news, the Toronto Blue Jays said an 813% season tickets price hike recently noted by a fan who has had tickets for decades was a miscommunication because of a stadium's renovation. The Steve Gamester told CTV's Your Morning Thursday he was shocked by the increase in the cost of Toronto Blue Jays season tickets he regularly buys. Gamester, who usually splits the tickets with two other families, paid $15,000 in 2022 for two tickets to 81 games. This year, he said he was told the price for those same tickets for $137,000. $137,000. According to Gamester, season ticket holders got an email from Blue Jays staff that said that due to the next phase of the Rogers Centre renovations, some seats have been taken out, meaning fewer were available in this area. After hearing of the construction of the lower bowl part of the stadium, Gamester expected there would be changes, but he didn't expect what he saw when he went to purchase this season's tickets. The CTV News has reached out to Gamester following the response for the Blue Jays citing the price for comparable seats. And until today's weather forecast, we've got sunny this afternoon. The temperature is now 18 degrees or 20 degrees. And tomorrow we will get mainly sunny and the temperature will be 22 degrees. And now for interesting and now for the topic, for an interesting fact, I'm going to read the topic about Tina Turner. Well, who is Tina Turner? Well, let's see. American-born singer Tina Turner was known for she was known for a queen of rock and roll, and first found fame as the lead singer of the duo Ike and Tina Turner, before launching a massively successful career as a solo artist. Tina began her career with the Ike Turner's King of Rhythm in 1957 and first appeared on record under the name Little M. Following her split from Lake in the 1970s, she launched what became known as one of the greatest comebacks in music history. Sorry about that. Her 1984 multi-platinum album, Private Dancer, was a big hit around the world, and she quickly became one of the best-selling artists of all time. Tina also acted in the films Tommy, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, and The Last Action Hero. And her 1993 biopic, What's Love Got to Do with It, brought her story to even more fans. She sold over 100 million records, earned 12 Grammy Awards nominations, 3 Grammy Hall of Fame awards, and a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. She was also the first black artist and the first female to be on the cover of Rolling Stones. And there's some other facts that you don't know about Tina Turner. Her Tina Turner is not her real name. Tina Turner was born Anna Mae Bullock. I'm sorry. Tina Turner was born Anna Mae Bullock. Sorry about that. She began her music career with the Ike Turner King of Rhythm under the under the name Little Ann, of which she appeared on her first record, Box Top. She debuted as Tina Turner in 1960 with the hit duet single "A Fool in Love." The duo became one of the most formidable live acts in history. They released hits such as "It's Gonna Work Out Fine," "River Deep Mountain High," "Proud Mary," and "Nutbush City Limits" before disbanding in 1976. She was a founder member of Ike and Tina Turner Revue. That was a second fact. Tina Turner was introduced into the world of music with the single "A Fool in Love," which was released in July 1960. It reaches number 2 on the Hot R&B side chart and number 27 on the Billboard Hot 100. After the success of her first single, she and Ike created the Ike and Tina Turner Revue. It included the Kings of Rhythm with a girl group. Sorry, it includes the Kings of Rhythm and a girl group, the Ikettes as backing vocalists and dancers. Wow. And the final fact was Tina Turner started when solo in 1976. After Ike and Tina Turner Revue disbanded in 1976, Tina started appearing on TV shows as a means of earning income. She resumed touring to pay off her debts with finances given to her by United Artist executive Mike Stewart after Ike and Turner's gigs were canceled due to a lawsuit. In 1978, Turner released her third solo album, Rough on United Artists, with distribution in North America and Europe on the EMI. That album, along with the 1979 follow-up, Love Explosion, which included a brief diversion to disco music, failed to chart, so United Arts Records and Turner parted ways. For now, with that becomes the end of my segment. Tune in for next week's news, weather, and interesting fact. And also back to Aiden. See you next Friday.
You know what, Kevin? I did notice, but you know what? Spring allergies are the worst sometimes. And I'm so sad to hear that Tina Turner, passed away. She was one of my mom's favorite kind of music producers and artists, singers. But she was also an actress, and she did so much. And did you guys know she also set a Guinness World Record? That's right. In 1988, she set a Guinness World Record for the largest paying audience for a solo performer. And how much was that? 180,000 tickets. That broke Frank Sinatra's 1980 record. That's a crazy amount of people and mind blowing. And I will ask for everyone else. So you, Jeff, and you, Joshua, what did you guys think of Kevin's news?
For me, it was all very interesting. I'm glad it's going to start getting warmer now with the weather.
Yeah, I agree. I've been liking the weather. The weather has been getting much better.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's time, guys, to start your gardens if you haven't started. So thank you so much, Kevin. I really appreciate the news. And now we have gotten to our second gaming news. Now, what is going on in the gaming world? Well, a lot of people are looking around, and people love, and let me just say, love accessories from video games. And what I saw recently was absolutely amazing because I saw a newly announced Mega Man slippers that will turn your feet into big blue comfy boots that look just like the Blue Bombers heroic shoes. So It was actually originally spotted by Rockman Corner, but the clothing and costume store Fun.com revealed a new official, remember guys, official pair of Mega Man slippers that turn your feet into giant blue boots. So these newly announced slippers look like fluffy and probably really warm recreations of Mega Man's famous boots from his classic series look. The slippers also include a nice detail, which is red dots on the bottom of each slipper that reflect similar details found in game. So, guys, on the sides, you can see the 8-bit sprites and the Mega Man logo, and it's just so awesome to see this. Now, unfortunately, I tried to get my hands on one of these, but you know what? I might actually have to wait for quite a while because they've already sold out. But these slippers, technically, if you guys want to get some after they restock, come in sizes small, medium, large, and extra large, and only cost $30. And I gotta say, these boots look absolutely fantastic. It's a little bit strange, obviously. It's like a boot design. It's literally more meant for winter, but it definitely looks really cool. It reminds me of those red rubber boots I've been seeing online. Those, what did they call them? I think they called them Astro boots. They looked a bit funky like that, but these ones seem like a little bit more easier to pay it. And you know what? You can rock the Mega Man look. I want to rock the Mega Man look. So hopefully they come in stock and I get my hands on these awesome shoes. But that has been my second gaming news. And next up, we have Joshua. And what is Joshua bringing us? He's going to be bringing us your good story news and, of course, your very favorite animal news.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Connect Now for a good news story. A Nepal veteran of the British operations in Afghanistan has become the first double above the knee amputee to summit the world's tallest mountain. Harry Major, who lives in Canterbury, England, reached the top of Mount Everest on May 19th after having started the climb on April 17th. After that is 13 years to the day since he lost his legs in an explosion from an improvised explosion device or IED in Afghanistan. Anyone with knowledge of the history of warfare knows about the almost mythical bravery and exceptionalism of the Gurkhas. Harry is one of these people. Gurkha being a historical term for Nepali warrior and a modern legal term for Nepali foreign fighter. In the face of that legacy, Harry's accomplishment is perhaps to be expected, though he certainly didn't feel like that 13 years ago. Battling alcoholism and depression, especially seeing how disabled people were treated in remote villages in Nepal, he tried to kill himself a couple of times, but eventually decided to climb Everest instead. However, there was a legal summit to conquer his native Nepal before he can tackle the mountain so high that no bird can fly over it. Disabled people have been abandoned by the Nepali government for attempting the mountain. Even people die on the journey every year, and the authorities saw no reason to risk that. But Harry was able to overcome that roadblock and prepare for the real quest. He used a variety of interchangeable prosthetics for the climb, which included some equipped with ice spikes and others with mountaineering boots attached. Completing the mission, Harry says he wants to return to the spot in Afghanistan where he's lost his legs in order to say thank you, because if he still had his legs, he would never have climbed Everest. What an incredible story. Now for another good news story. If you ask any American what they like to do after they retire, you offered them the chance to go on a road trip to see all 63 national parks. Most might consider that a great way to sail into the sunset. Well, more than just saying it, a 93-year-old grandmother had it all done at all. Has it done it at all 63 parks in about 8 years' time, becoming the oldest person to ever do so. But Joy Ryan didn't do it herself. She had a handsome young man, her grandson, brand for company who described the adventure as the greatest privilege. Their journey began in October 2015 when they visited Great Smoky Mountains National Park in Tennessee and concluded on May 15th. When they made it all the way out to American Samoa in the South Pacific Ocean, throughout the recent parks, Brad and Joy have been documenting their trips on the Grandma Joy Rides Trip Instagram account. Grandma Joy has taught the world that you are never too old to show up and live the adventurous life of your dreams. It has been the greatest privilege of Brad's life to be in the driver's seat as Grandma's Joy made history to become the oldest person to achieve this historic feat. The most recent and final trip organized by Brad, who works as a veterinarian, has been particularly bittersweet, though he emphasizes the sweet. Since it came just a week after the death of his father, Grandma's Joy, oldest son, while Brad said their national park adventures has ended, their travels will not. They plan to take it internationally, visiting Kenya as a first stop on a mission to visit all 7 continents and maybe, if Joy keeps her enthusiasm, outer space as well. Now turning to animal interest news. Liam Brennan had once in a lifetime experience while kayaking near the University of British Columbia on May 10th. The 23-year-old headed out near Locarno Beach in the evening, a route that he frequently paddles, but this time his routine route was far from ordinary. As he lifted his paddle to turn around, he head back in. He noticed an unusual sound about a kilometer in the distance. He heard the blow, which he suspected was a whale, and his instincts were right. He saw a huge dorsal fin on the horizon, and within a few minutes, a pod of orcas came within meters of his kayak. An incredible moment happened within minutes, but he managed to pull out his camera to capture the experience. Fascinated by marine life, he posted the photos online in hopes of identifying the pod. Researchers determined the 3 transient killer whales were more with her 2 sons. Were a mother with her 2 sons. Scientists that spent a lot of time around these whales can ID the individuals based on their dorsal fin, the white patch above their eye, and the gray area behind their dorsal fin, said Dr. Beth Polvo with the Marine Mammal Research Unit at the University of British Columbia. This is an extremely rare experience. Seeing a transient killer whale from a kayak is like winning the lottery. There's about 350 transient killer whales swimming in and out of Salish Sea. A male orca can grow up within 6 and 9 meters long, more than the triple size of an average kayak. The incredible one was made even more special for Brennan, who graduated within a week of this once-in-a-lifetime experience. His dream to paddle alongside orcas is what he says he'll remember as a graduation gift. This is definitely a memory he'll never forget. This is Joshua Shaw reporting for Youth Connect. That's it for me. Now I'll send it back to you, Aiden.
All right. So I absolutely loved all 3 news, but my favorite were the first 2. Guys, imagine losing both legs and still having kind of like the energy to climb to the summit of Mount Everest without both of your legs just climbing to the summit. That's incredible. And at the age of 93, visiting 63 and all 63 national parks. That's amazing. You know what? There's never an age limit to complete your once in a lifetime kind of like dream. Maybe it was on her bucket list, and I'm pretty sure it was. So I'm really glad that she was able to visit all 63 national parks. This kind of gives me a little bit inspired and might need to bring my grandma to all around the world as well. But for everyone else, so you, Kevin, and you, Jeff, what did you guys think of Joshua's news?
I like the first paragraph. I like it. I like the first story.
Me too. I like the
First
first story too.
It definitely was very motivational. Even
Yeah.
having a disability, you know what? That doesn't stop you. There's never really a stop when you can always keep going no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much, Joshua. It's always great to have your good story news and your animal news. It's great to have both. And Unfortunately, we have to move on and bring up to you your third gaming news. Now, what is it? It is going to be your board game of the week. What is board game of the week? Well, it's a board game that I want you to check out that I think that you might enjoy. And what is today's board game of the week? Well, this one, it has a little bit of a unique name. It's called Dorfromantic. What? Yes, that's right. Dorfromantic. Rippling rivers, rustling forests, and wheat fields swaying in the wind, and here and there a cute little village. That's Dorfromantic. The video game from the small developer studio Tokana Interactive has been thrilling the game community since its early access in March 2021 and has already won all kinds of prestigious awards. Now, Michael Palm and Lucas Zack are transforming the popular building strategy and puzzle game into a family board game for young and old with Dorfromantic, the board game. Oh my gosh, guys, I am already loving it because it's a board game that was from originally a video game. So in Dorfromantic, the board game, what do? It's up to 6 players, and they work together to lay hexagonal tiles to build a beautiful landscape and try to fulfill the orders of the population, while at the same time laying as long a track as possible and as long a river as possible. But also taking into account that the flags do provide points in enclosed areas. The better the players manage to do this, the more points they score at the end. And in the course of the replayable campaign, the points can be used to unlock new tiles that are hidden in initially locked boxes. Locked boxes and hidden stuff? What is this? A video game? That's awesome, guys. Imagine that. You could unlock it in like a locked box that probably has like a secret code that you have to unlock before you can unlock it. And these pose new additional tasks for the players and make it possible to raise the high score higher and higher. I love board games like this. And you know me, I love it when a video game gets transformed into a beautiful board game. And I hope that you check out Dorfromantic or Dorfromantic. You can choose how you want to say it, but I say it like Dorfromantic in one whole word, or you can do it as 2 words. That's fine. Now, this is where next up I would say is going to be Nibras, which is Entertainment and Podcast News. But unfortunately, we don't have Nibras. But do not fret, because I have brought you a podcast news or podcast of the week. So I always got you guys. So what is today's podcast? Today's podcast of the week is called The Moth Podcast. Now, it's not about moths. Let me tell you now. Since its launch, guys, this podcast originally launched in 1997. The Moth has presented thousands of true stories told live and without notes to standing room only crowds worldwide. And Moth storytellers stand alone under a spotlight with only a microphone and a room full of strangers. The storyteller and the audience embark on a high wire act of shared experiences, which is both terrifying and exhilarating. Since 2008, and the Moth podcast has featured many of their favorite stories told live on Moth stages around the country. So if you guys want to hear a little bit about, what the experiences that people experience every single day, I recommend that you check out the Moth podcast. It looks really fun. And if you love live stories that are based on real life, you're going to love the Moth podcast. But got to keep the train moving, guys, because who's up next? I think we have Jeffrey with his live music.
Hi, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. This is Jeffrey, your live musician, and I'm going to be playing one of my original songs called It's Never Going to Happen. about that little difficulty here. All right. Anyway, here we go. It's never gonna happen. You're never gonna care. Never gonna be the one you wanted. 'Cause I'm a teenager with tons of hair, like a giant fluffy big brown bear. I listen to music that will freak the soul. My moods are like the ocean, ebb and flow. Curl your toes and wrinkle your nose. I'm not gonna stare. So you wanna get mad and scream? Just let go, I'm a cocoon. Gonna hatch real soon. Waiting to become me. But it's never gonna happen. You're never gonna care. You're never gonna be the one you want. Yeah. 'Cause I'm a teenager with tons of hair. My eating habits are like cheese and chips. My heart is broken, dark like endless clips. I watch you laugh, dance and sing, and wonder why you never ring. You are my soother, that's probably why you call me a loser. Stop asking me to be more like someone else. I cannot pretend I need to love myself. I'm not gonna win. You're under my skin, but it's never gonna happen. You're never gonna care. Never gonna be the one you wanted. But it's never gonna happen. Never gonna care. You never be the one you wanted. So come on, baby, please be fair. Open your heart to the possibility. Don't look at me and my disability. Come on, baby, please be fair. But it's never gonna happen. You're never gonna care. Never gonna be the one you wanted. 'Cause I'm a teenager with tons of hair. My eating habits are about cheese and chips. My heart is broken, dark light, and its clips. I watch you laugh, dance and sing, and wonder why you never ring. You're a soother, and that's why you probably call me a loser. Stop asking me to do like someone else. I cannot pretend. I need to love yourself. I'm not gonna win under my skin, but it's never gonna happen. You never really care. Never be the one you wanted. Let's go. Come on, baby, please be fair. Open your heart to the possibilities. Don't look at me and my disability. Come on, baby, please be fair. But it's never gonna happen. You're never gonna care. You're never gonna be the one that you wanted. But it's never gonna happen. You're never gonna care. You're never gonna be the one you wanted. Thank you, everybody. This is Jeffrey, your live musician. I'll see you all next week. And make sure to check out my website, jeffreyincommand.com. And it's back to you, Aiden. Bye, everyone.
You know what, guys? I really relate to this song because you know what? It was the one who wrote the lyrics. But you know what? This song is very much about, accepting accept me for who I am. I might be a little bit different, but that's okay. And you should accept me for who I am. You know what? It's an awesome song. And Jeff, that was absolutely brilliant. And unfortunately, we have reached the end of our Youth Connect. If you like Youth Connect, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
And don't forget to click the notification bell.
Other than that, guys, we will see you all next time. Catch you later and have a great weekend.
Bye.
And obviously, thank
Bye,
you, Justin.
everyone.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Kevin, and thank you so much, Jeff. Catch you later, guys.
Catch you later.
Bye.